Colorado Gives Day isn't just a one-day event. You can start giving right now. All the way through December 9th, Colorado Gives Day helps support thousands of nonprofits that are doing meaningful work all over our state every single day.
This year, we sat down with Kelly Dunkin, the CEO of the Community First Foundation. That's the organization behind Colorado Gives Day. She tells us how this statewide movement continues to grow and why community giving matters now more than ever. Here's more with Kelly.
I imagine everybody who's in Colorado for any length of time knows what Colorado Gives Day is. But why don't you go ahead and let's just, for anybody who's uninitiated, what is Colorado Gives Day?
Well, it's the best day of the year. So Colorado Gives Day this year is December 9th, but giving starts on November 1st. And what it is a statewide movement where donors throughout the state come together to show their support to nonprofits by making donations through the website coloradogivesday.org.
Is this unique to Colorado?
It actually is not, but I will brag that Colorado Gives Day is one of the largest giving days in the country. But there's about 100 other giving days throughout the country. We're coming up on our 16th year, which I cannot believe. We're 16 years old with Colorado Gives Day. And the way it started in 2010 is two things sort of came to pass. One, people were starting to do more online. E-commerce was growing. I think Cyber Monday finally reached $1 billion in sales that year. And a report came out that showed that Colorado was 30th in terms of states and philanthropic or charitable giving. So we ranked 30th. That's not very good. And so First Bank and Colorado Gives Foundation thought we could do something about it. And could we create this day that allowed us to boost charitable giving throughout the state, so we no longer ranked 30th. And it worked. So we're in our 16th year. We've seen Coloradans donate every single year. Last year alone, it was $54.8 million. And now we're ranked 6th in the nation in terms of generosity.
Well, that's fantastic, and congratulations. And congratulations to everybody in Colorado, too. I mean,
exactly. That's who did it.
How many nonprofits are considered in this program? How many people are participating?
So nonprofits can use coloradogives.org for free. So they can sign up to get on the website, and they just need to have a couple of things in place. One, they need to have their designation from the IRS that says they're a bona fide charitable organization, that they have that. And if they're in good standing with the Secretary of State, they can participate on the website and be part of Colorado Gives Day. And then for donors, we take donations starting at $5 up to however much they want to give. And donors can go to the site and pick as many nonprofits as they want to support. And it's just like shopping online. So you pick a nonprofit, you decide how much you want to give. You pick another nonprofit, decide how much you want to give, and you put them all into your cart and you check out in one easy transaction.
So basically, it's like online shopping for giving.
Yes. And you can search. A lot of donors come and they know exactly who they want to give to. But some donors come and think, I'm not really sure who I want to give to. I care about kids. So maybe you can search by kids. And I really want to give in my community. You can search by zip code. So there's all kinds of ways to search on the site to find the nonprofits you care about.
And one of the things I really appreciated what you just shared was this idea of that these are nonprofits been vetted. I think there's a hesitancy by so many people. There's so many places that need money and need support, and sometimes it's a little hard to tell. And I think it sounds like that whole process has been sort of figured out and simplified for people. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We like to give donors some assurance that they're giving to bona fide charitable organizations and they're not going to be scammed. So they know if they come to coloradogives.org, we vetted the nonprofits and they are in fact nonprofit organizations and they can get a tax deduction allowable by law for their donation. So we take that we provide that peace of mind.
I want to go back to something you just said a minute ago about you talked about donations can start as low as $5. And I think that's important because we talk about what does it mean to be a philanthropist? And I think that a lot of times we think about philanthropists as being these folks who have just giant piles of money you're trying to give away, but that's not really true.
No, in general, philanthropy means love of mankind. So anyone can demonstrate that by donating online. And what I love to say is if I donate, I get a boost. So it actually feels good to donate. I get a dopamine rush, but the best thing about that is I get that boost, that well-being, but it spreads to the people immediately around me. So it really is the best day of the year in terms of boosting that feeling of well-being and sharing it with the people you love.
What are you hearing from the nonprofit community this year? I know for us at PBS, it's been an interesting year. A lot of our models changed this year. A lot of the things that used to be funding we counted on is gone. And I think that's true for a lot of groups. So what are you hearing from different nonprofits around the state in terms of need?
Yeah, it's a tough year. What we've been saying is the need is urgent and the moment is now, because we're seeing more and more nonprofits who have seen funding cut, whether it's been federal funding that's been cut to them, or just some uncertainty in the environment in terms of what they're going to get from the state. We've seen state budgets sort of consolidate, and there hasn't been as much money from either state or federal funds to support nonprofits. So we are seeing nonprofits really worried. But the good news is we're also seeing giving continue to increase via coloradogives.org year round. So we're really hopeful that this Colorado Gives Day, donors will continue to step up and support the nonprofits that keep our communities going.
Let's go ahead and recap from the top. Anybody who wants to give, let's start with dates, places, and methods of giving. Take it away.
Yeah. Okay. Dates. You can start November 1st through December 9th. That is the time period to count towards Colorado Gives Day. You can look on the site. There's almost 5,000 nonprofits who are participating in this year's Colorado Gives Day. You can use the site. We take various methods of payment. You can do Apple Pay, you can do Google Pay, you can do a credit card, you can do a direct wire from your bank account if you want. And if you happen to be an older adult who has an IRA, an individual retirement account, and you have what's called a QCD or a qualified charitable distribution. So what happens is if you have an IRA at a certain age, you have to take money out every year. If you don't need that money and you don't want to be taxed on it, you can donate it to charities.
And all that is clear on coloradogives.org.
It is so clear. So you literally, as you're checking out, you put all those donations into your cart. Just like most websites where you're shopping, you get to choose how you want to pay. Same thing. You click that little drop-down arrow and you choose how it is that you want to pay for those donations. And then you get one receipt. So one tax receipt with everyone you gave to.
And most importantly, you're joining all these other Coloradans in really making something special happen that day. Well, sincerely, from all of us in the nonprofit world, thank you. And you can count on my support and I imagine a lot of our viewers as well.
Well, thank you very much. It's easily the best day to give.
Again, you can explore Colorado's nonprofits or donate anytime at coloradogives.org.